me starting my selling journey in high school, I used to shop at Walmart, and I used to get candy, Capri Suns. At the time, Kool-Aid Jammers had just came out. Chips was like the hot chips was Doritos, Funyuns, hot anything hot chips. Hot Cheetos was popping at the time. Yes, kids, we had hot chips too. You know, it didn't start with Takis or whatever. Obviously, I'm older. My stomach can't take none of that hot shit no more. I don't know how y'all kids eat that shit. The chocolate was Snickers. Snickers was booming. If you had Snickers, Reese's, Kit Kat, you was in the money. And I remember buying all these things from Walmart, but you know, it's only so many you can buy from Walmart, right? Because they come in a little pack. And I remember my grandmother telling me, why don't you go to Sam's? Sam's is where Walmart get their things from, like it comes in a bulk and all this other stuff. And I remember the first time I walked in Sam's Club as like a 15, 16-year-old kid, and I was like in a candy store. Like, I just was mesmerized. Kids was happy when they went to Toys R Us, obviously when I was a little boy. But to me, Sam's Club was Toys R Us for a seller. What crushed my spirit was, man, Sam's was high as hell. Man, Sam's, man, look, don't get me wrong, it's a bargain now, because everything is high now. But at the time, I'm just used to paying $4 for Snickers, you know, a little pack of Snickers, and I could sell it. Man, they had them shits like $20-something or whatever. So obviously you get more in the pack and things like that. So that's what made sense, because I'm all about the value. I went from like selling out my book bag to duffel bag, and from a duffel bag to a hockey bag. Anybody that know like a hockey bag, that's huge. That's a huge bag. So I had my book bag on my back with my schoolwork, and then I had the candy, and I had to walk to school. Man, shout out to grandma for not taking her grandson to school, and you wanted me to carry this heavy thing. I guess she looked at it as, that's your issue. That's your problem. That's something you want to do. You figure it out. I remember getting in school and selling, and I remember like security guards used to threaten to take my candy. They'll, you know, do certain things like these scare tactics. Teachers were like, Mr. Fulton, you better not sell in my class. And they were just trying to shut down your business. But, you know, as anything, you know, as a young man, I'm like, man, yeah, hey, meet me around the corner. You know what I mean? I'm working my candy like it's a drug deal on the low. And I remember this one time, one of the teachers came to me and was like, Mr. Fulton, when you sell in my class, they don't be buying donuts, because they had like Krispy Kreme fundraiser donuts. So I had to buy that. So I had to buy all 8 boxes in order to sell in their class. And I think they had like 5 boxes at like $3 a piece. So it was like $18, which would cut into my profit in a sense. So I had this bright idea that, okay, if you spend $2 with me, I give you a donut. But you got to spend $2 to get the donut. And that was pretty easy at the time, you know, because people was, you know, junkie fanatics. And I knew after selling a few days, after coming home with some product, I vowed that I didn't want to come home with product anymore. So I just took just enough for me to sell out. As long as I sold out, I'm good. So I knew what I was making for the day. So I'm like, okay, if I make $50 a day, I'm straight. So $50 a day times 5, that's $250 a week. I'm good to go. So that was my deal. Spend $2, you get a free donut. And I realized people are hungry. You got to catch people before they go to lunch. You got to catch them before they go to lunch. So I used to, since I was so cool and I guess charming in a sense, I would go to certain teachers' classes and I would ask them, hey, Mr. or Miss, whatever, do you mind if I sell in your class real quick? I just want to offer some stuff. I'm willing to give you something. But you always had teachers that just was cool, right? And that's all you needed. I didn't